Welcome to the latest edition of Folks Talking Sports. This is episode 150. And I know she popped in, but I don't see her on the screen. Will, do you see her on the screen? I am KG Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. And with me is Willy Gibson. How you doing, brother?
Fantastic, there she is. Sir.
Okay. It looks like she's testing her earbuds or something. We're just going to go to her live and see if everything is good. So, how are you, Miss Pulliams?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We can hear you fine. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, let me do one thing because I hate when it does that. Got to make the adjustment to how I want it here live on the show. Here we all fit now. Okay, better. All righty. This edition of Folks Talking Sports, episode 150. If UH alums are watching us right now, thank you very much, because the Forever Coogs alumni team is beginning their first game in the round of 32 of this year's TBT. I'm not sure who really is on the team. I know some of the folks that are listed on the roster aren't going to be playing tonight, supposedly. One being Mr. Rob Gray. Rob told me that he's still recovering from an injury he suffered in April, so he's not going to play. Malik Wilson played for the Rockets Summer League yesterday, Will, at Kennetra. He's on the roster on the website. He said he's supposed to play. So I don't know if he went from Vegas yesterday to Wichita today for this first game. I guess anybody's watching on FS2, I think, FS2, chime in, let us know, and then we'll go from there. TBT is determined on the Elam ending, so the final score is the game ends on a bucket.
TBT,
the basketball tournament. It's been around like 11 to 12. It's been around about 11, 12 years, but the Coogs are the first time they've been in it was last year, so this is year 2 for them.
Who won that last year?
The alums from a certain alma mater. I forget who that is, but because they beat Forever Coogs, and I think the game was. I filed a protest of the victors, but my protest seemed to fall on deaf ears. So I'm waiting for a recount, and I'm going to call for. I think the election was rigged. So I'm going to continue pursuing this for the next 4 years and see if anything comes of it. And maybe in 4 years from now, things will change. Maybe.
You're competing on a protest?
Oh, so that's not how things work? Oh, my bad. My bad. Sorry about that. If I offended anybody, that's your problem, not mine. But what I wanted to talk about on this edition, and let me make sure I got everybody here on the sides here. I'm going to bring y'all in side by side here, and here is that the shirt that the WNBA players wore Saturday night before the game started, the WNBA All-Star Game. Pay us what you owe us. So your thoughts on that? Good evening, Tony. Good evening, Miss Wanda. And Tony and Miss Wanda, if y'all have FS2 and are watching the game Forever Coogs, let me know about it, whatever. But your thoughts on the WNBA players, and that's shirt. I think it's for sale for the fans now if they want to as well on the WNBPA website. I think that's what also. But your thoughts on the shirt, the sentiment, their feelings of it. The players did not believe that the negotiations or the talks that they had on Thursday went anywhere. So that's what your thoughts on it. And Will, I think all three of us said last year that the possibility of the players going on strike was legit. So have at it. Now let me do this as well, because not everybody sees the shirt. We're going to shift gears now and go bring everybody in once again off the. So there we go. So your thoughts on negotiations, where things stand, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Miss Wanda said Juwan scored. I knew Juwan was going to play because he didn't do much for Utah Jazz in Summer League. So he's playing for Forever Coogs. Okay. But any thoughts on the WNBA players taking a stand, doing the publicity and apparently fans chanting during the game, "Pay them, pay them, pay them." So, what are your thoughts on what the players are doing?
Exercising the right, they have to. I mean, they have to. They're in the midst of a negotiation, and from all reports, the session this weekend was not beneficial to them, was not successful. So they're implementing the weapons they have at their disposal. Court of public opinion.
Yes, agreed. KP, you kind of froze. So, are you still with us? There we go. Okay, now, okay. What are your thoughts?
I mean, the fact that this is the first substantive discussions the two sides have had this year, and it's already July, that tells you how big the chasm is between the two sides.
And they have until, I think, the end of October. So October 31st, and then the players decide if they want to go on strike or not. What for both of you? Give me a percentage. How likely? And let me add, WNBA Commissioner Kathleen Engelbert put on the positive spin from the owner's side, that things are going to get done and a transformative deal will be reached and there won't be a stoppage. Give me a percentage. What do you think is the likelihood of a player strike or a deal being reached before October 31st?
I'm not encouraged.
Okay, well, give me a number. How not encouraged are you?
I mean, if the commissioner said what she had to say,
right?
But the fact that those with the players who have a lot invested, and we've seen there is an alternative to playing in the league. So, and they've seen that there's another way of doing things that is much more to their liking, that addresses their concerns more intentionally. I think they have some leverage.
Will? Be a little more optimistic because it's 3.5 months for the deadline. These things, I mean, for whatever reason, tend to get done at the 12th hour, 12th and a half hour, 13th hour. So, you know what? I'm gonna say it's a 70% chance they get it done.
So Willie, are you saying like basically right now, because October is October,
yep,
that both sides can sit there with their arms crossed and their heels dug in, like, I'm not budging.
It happens. I mean,
it's a game of chicken. Who blinks first?
For the most part. I mean, for whatever reason, I mean, it's time and time again. Labor disputes, they get done at the 12th hour. You have a myriad of time, a lot of time to get it done, but it doesn't happen until there's a deadline that has to be met for whatever reason. And I think that's just where we are right now.
And truly in pro sports, I think it's more times than not, there is a lockout or a player strike rather than as opposed to a deal being reached or an extension being agreed upon before the deadline or in whatever sport. Basketball, hell, the NBA, this most recent extension was a rarity for the NBA. So I think, and here's the thing, if the players decide to opt to strike in November, there's no season. No one's going to care. No one's going to notice. And I love women's basketball, but by that time, it's going to be women's college basketball. So it's going to be UConn and South Carolina and Houston, Texas, LSU. The only leverage that they'll have during the season is if it lasts long and approaches what would be what would be the WNBA draft and things like that don't happen, then folks would be like, oh, well, why isn't it happening? Oh, because the players are on strike. But beyond that, I think the players will lose leverage by that point because it'll be college basketball season.
I mean, but can two things be true at the same time?
I think so.
Yeah, like they have leverage now because you're in the middle of the season.
Yes.
But as Willie says, October, months off, something will get done. But the closer you get to October, the leverage diminishes.
I think something will get done after the WNBA finals. So between September and the end of October, I think something will get done.
So basically you'll say that, or there will be a statement that comes out, a joint statement, that both sides are focusing on the season, ensuring this is the most successful season in WNBA history, praising the expansion and the plans to grow the league. And upon the conclusion of the season, we will work in earnest to find a resolution that is amicable to both sides.
It sounds like you have been through this before.
Yeah, I said that sounds.
Yeah, that sounds about right. From a player's perspective, are you gonna say something?
No, that was.
She said it right there. Yeah. And in fact, I need to do this more often. Some folks don't like it, but I got to add my sound effects that I want to have on here. I see them not here. Let me see if they're listed on. No, they're not here. But I'm going to get some clapping and stuff like that for us on here as well in the future. But the players have they're correct right now. Copy and paste what she said. Yeah, well put, Tony. Because the owners, the WNBA, agreed to go to 3 new cities. Well, 2 new cities. Well, 2 old cities and 1 new city for an expansion fee for each of $250 million. $250 million.
Yep.
So the players can say, y'all have money. TV ratings are up. Everything is up except the percentage of revenue that the players receive in the CBA. I think in women's basketball, I think, what is their percent? Like the NBA is like, what is it, 51% of BRI? 51?
No, yeah.
The WNBA is like, what, 20?
No, it's 9.3.
It's worse than I thought. I mean, it's really minuscule. So
yeah,
they really they're angling for a higher percentage of all the basketball related income. And they're right. I think the WNBA is becoming, and some of the other owners in the league don't have deep pockets, and they're really small market owners. They're the ones who were probably got to be dragged to the table to agree to new numbers and higher salaries and what really needs to be an expansion of the rosters and things like that. I think they should have done that before adding more teams, but because some of these owners don't want to have a as Kennetra points out about Houston's bid, a WNBA specific practice facility. So amenities like that has been shown in the unrivaled league. So those players have already seen and been treated like partners in the league.
Equitable.
So they have something to go to. Okay, well, if y'all don't do this,
I'm curious about those, like, of the expansion franchises, and you have former players who are part of whatever percentage of the ownership group who have basically been on both sides. You've been a player in the league. Now you're on the ownership team. Where do they stand? What is their positioning about these negotiations?
Like Swin Cash, for example?
Or, well,
Say it.
Well, I would bring up the second best player in NBA history as an owner, Michael Jordan. He was a player, and then he was an owner.
Yep.
How'd that work out?
He initially, if I remember right, MJ kind of thought like a player.
And then
more and more, he thought like an owner.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once you become an owner, your viewpoint does change. You know, you might bring to the table how you remember things as a player, but now that you're the one signing the checks, yeah, well, here's where I'm coming from now. Here's my point of view. Here's where we stand now as owners about the basketball-related income and how much we think it should be and how much is sustainable for the league.
And I haven't heard the numbers. I just hear they're not agreeing, but I mean, in 26, the TV deal goes to $200 million annually.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know what the players are asking for, what the owners are offering, but for what I heard, the reports of the discussions over the weekend, it was like a non-starter. It was pretty much there's nothing to talk about. We're out.
Well, yeah. From Brianna Stewie, she said the first half hour or so was a waste of time. she was like, "This is just why am I here? Why are we here?"
It's a dog and pony show.
Now, Nneka Ogwumike, the president, she gave a more polite political answer, and she said, "No, it went well, but it could have been better." She was more
diplomatic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Than Stewie was. We have not heard numbers. I'm not even sure if I've heard anything to the point that the player side wants, like 40% revenue, 45 and something like that. I'm not sure if they've said that publicly anywhere about. I know they want more than what it is now, obviously.
Of course. Yes.
And they would like more maternity leave, and heck, the players want more roster spots and things of that sort, and bumps in pay. Yes. And let me be clear, if anyone chimes in late, they're not looking for what is Shea getting his extension. They're not looking for $70 million like Book or anything like that. Nothing like that. They're not expecting anything ridiculous like that for them. They're just expecting, with the new media rights deal, they are expecting more money per player than it is now, and would like it to be more than what a college player, a college star could earn in NIL staying in college. That's what they would like to get.
I mean, the salary cap is what, $1.5 million per team right now.
Yeah, per team. With no, it's a hard cap too.
Hard cap, right?
Right. So that's one other thing they want. They want exception to the cap. They want some exceptions.
Yep.
I mean, most of the stuff I think they're seeking makes sense.
It does. It does. It's amazing to me, and I don't know if it necessarily fits in this aspect, but in other labor disputes in pro sports, it's always interesting to me the people that are pro ownership. And if you think about it, it's like when they see the players and they see Shea Book getting $70 million a year, but who's paying them that?
Right.
The owner.
Owners.
And like I always, KG, this is what, 96? When he got flack for it because he signed a 6-year, $126 million deal.
Yep.
And
exact numbers. You're correct, sir. Yep.
Glenn Taylor's not making 90 if he's paying KG 126.
Right.
So why are we mad at KG and nobody's mad at Glenn Taylor? Because they see KG. Nobody knows who Glenn Taylor is.
But I mean, but Willie, back to what you said. So 1.5 for the team, for the organization.
Yep.
Put to compare Juju Watkins' NIL valuation, $765.
Yep.
According to Yahoo, one player, $765.
I mean, heck, Caitlin Clark is worth to the Fever, to the league, more than whatever the hell she's getting right now.
Yeah,
right.
You know, and a reason that a player like Olivia Miles decided to not enter the draft, this year's draft, was she believes, and her people believe, and I think all of us believe, that when the CBA, the new CBA, is agreed upon, it will include a boost in the rookie salaries. So that's one reason that Olivia Miles decided to go to school, stay in school, then transfer from Notre Dame to TCU, Big 12. And because she's going to get some more money as a rookie in next year's draft, in the WNBA 2026 WNBA draft. Flauze Johnson, that's a business decision that they made. I think they're right.
All the ones who signed unrivaled deals this weekend.
Yes.
Juju signed an unrivaled deal this weekend.
Flauze, Malaysia.
Yeah.
Audie. Yep. Maddie.
Yep.
And I think that is another example of the leverage that the players have. Mm-hmm. Unrivaled pays well. I mean, I think I don't know if the average salary was, but I know it's at least $200,000, I think.
You'd be right.
So that's more than what they're getting in W. Most of them. Except for maybe, the designated Supermax that one player per team can get in the WNBA, and that's based on years in the league and all of those things. So everyone gets that in unrivaled, I think. So that is another point of leverage for the players now, and we'll see how long it goes. And the owners, they have to open their eyes, take a stand to a point, but also realize that they got to spend money to make money. And if those owners don't have the deep pockets, Connecticut Sun, then time for you to sell the franchise to someone that has deep pockets and someone who is willing to put the money and invest in the franchise. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure Tillman's going to do that. If Connecticut does decide to sell, I don't know if Tillman's going to put up the money to invest and be successful long-term for the WNBA in Houston. We shall see. Willy Gibson, Kennetra Pulliams. I'm still surprised, shifting gears, that I have not seen anyone nationally report about Kevin Durant's thumb surgery. Chris Baldwin, Paper City Magazine, small, probably it's bigger than the Houston Roundball Review, but it's nowhere near the Chronicle. It's nowhere near Yahoo Sports and all those other ESPN.com and everything else. With the exclusive report that KD had thumb surgery. There has not been a statement by the Rockets, but I reached out to them. They did not dispute it. They did not deny it. They did not tell me it was wrong. They just had not made a statement, which is strange to me. I don't know why. Because it's not, as Baldwin reported, and that as I've been told as well, it's not a major surgery. It's not going to keep him out through December or January, anything like that. He should be good to go for training camp. It is not a reason why there has not been a press conference for Kevin Durant. He just had surgery, and the scheduling conflicts are the reason why he has not met with the Houston media. So I was told. Your thoughts on that? from either perspective. Why hasn't been any more made about this?
I mean, at what point does he owe anybody an explanation? Like, at what point is too much? Like, okay, so he had surgery. Like, so let's just, if a player has LASIK surgery, does that need to be reported in an article written?
No,
If it doesn't affect the season, doesn't cause him to fail a physical, like, at what point does what he have for breakfast, does that need to be reported?
Will, your thoughts?
I agree with Kennetra. It's like, it's the off season, number one. And I was looking for it because I saw you sent me the article from Chris Baldwin, and I saw a clip. And of course, it could be old. Of course, he was playing one. He was playing. I don't know where they were. I think they were in New York, but he was being guarded by Evan Mobley, and that kind of, number one, because I covered the Cavs, that piqued my curiosity. But I'm like, okay, how old is this footage? Because I don't know if it's kind of a preemptive strike, like, hey, let's put this out because somebody got us. I don't know. But, I mean, yeah, I if this was November, October, maybe September, or headed into camp, okay. But I don't, yeah, and then, yeah,
but
this is not in any way. I'm not coming at Chris Baldwin at all. Great get by him. I'm not saying that, but I don't have a problem or an issue.
Well, okay, but is it because of the type of injury?
Well, what was the injury?
No, I was saying, I mean, because of thumb surgery. If word would have got out, if KD would have torn his ACL hooping at Fondy, would that be a big deal? Bigger deal because of the type of injury?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
I mean, yeah, if it would cause him to miss training camp or miss time, then yeah. But I mean, if he had his wisdom teeth removed, no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we heard about that from Mr. PJ Tucker during the playoffs. He had wisdom teeth removed. He had root canal and came back the same day, game 6, whatever it was. So it depends on it depends on the type of surgery. Depends on the player.
It depends on the timing.
Yeah,
the timing of it. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean the timing and the type. Because I'm like, I don't care where he went on vacation this summer, whatever.
That's what Shaq said. Shaq got hurt on company time, so we had his surgery on company time. It's the off season. I mean,
no, and this surgery, if it was his left hand, that was one he had issues with during the season. So this is not something he injured supposedly during a summer shooting session. He just had it now because it was off season and it was not a big deal, kind of thing.
And then so the surgery was after the trade. I'm taking it.
I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But even from a local perspective, I'm surprised that no one locally has written about it. I don't think anybody else besides Kris has written about it.
Yeah.
You got a future Hall of Famer joining the team you cover in town, and no one said anything about it, wrote about it.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange to me. The Rockets don't have to make a statement. They do, they don't. But the city paper, the major paper in town, nothing. Unless it happened the last few days. I don't know. I don't read much about in the local papers. But I will say this. I did not know about it until another colleague told me about it and said, hey, have you heard about this? Called me and mentioned it to me. I had no idea about it. That was a day after the article came out. So if I would not have been told about it, I wouldn't even be talking about it.
Right.
I just reached out to the Rocket people and asked them if this is why the press conference has not happened yet. And they told me no. I said, okay, next. Onward. Onward. So, Will, you're not watching Summer League Championship?
Oh, it hasn't happened yet?
I think it's going on right now. I think it is. I don't even know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who's playing. I don't know. I know it's not Detroit. That's about all I can tell you.
I know the Cavs lost to the Warriors last night. That's about all I know.
And if Detroit was playing it, I still wouldn't be watching it. So whatever.
Nope.
It's summer league, and it seemed like more teams shut down some of their top draft picks, and there was less coverage about it about summer league after like day 2 of game 2. No one has talked about summer league, man.
Yep.
So, Tony, the surgery, it was reportedly successful, and it better not bother him during the season. And hey, time will tell with Kevin Durant. I will say this, it is strange to me. I know he is his own brand, but the trade became official July 6th, and there has yet to be a press conference. Scheduling or not, 2+ weeks, and he has not met the local media? What is up with that? He could have done a Zoom call if he wanted to. Whatever,
That part, if he wanted to.
So what I'm saying? And we haven't spoken to Clint Capella, Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, damn. What's going on here? And DFS and CC, they don't have the same pull that Clint Capella. Kevin Durant has. They're not Hall of Famers. Does Clint Capella say
they don't want to overshadow summer league coverage,
which they didn't do? There was none of that. So maybe it'll be this week. I know the fans.
No, we got Texans training camp starting.
Yeah, but to say NFL training camp is open. They're not doing it now.
Well, that's according to AD. That's the Wednesday. Texans' first day is on the 23rd. So they better get it done before then, because as popular, as tremendous a ball player that Kevin Durant is, Houston, Texas is still a football town. And there will be more media at Texan training camp than there will be at Rockets press conference. That's just the way it is. So they have to figure that. That'll be more scheduling to decide as well. Let's see. When are the Texans practicing? Oh, okay. Well, Kevin, we can't do it that day because then most of the media won't be here.
You do it afternoon after morning practice.
And then Kevin might be, well, I'm not worried about them. And then they come on down. Whatever. It's just one of those interesting things here in H-Town. It's still a football town. That's pretty much going to do it, because I want to say this. I found this out yesterday, Saturday night. It's completely irrelevant, but as a graduate of this high school, it put a smile on my face, and I don't smile too often. L.J. Cryer's dad is the new defensive coordinator and linebackers coach at my high school, SP Waltrip High School. His first year as coach of the Waltrip Rams. I graduated there, class of 1990, the greatest class in the history of Waltrip High School. Everyone knows it. Everyone in the class of 90 knows that. We all know it. Everyone knows it. It's a fact. Waltrip Rams have not been the same since we graduated. It's just really, that's what it is. It's the truth. My picture's still on the wall there, I've been told, in libraries, But I just want to put out there that Lionel Cryer Sr., first year coaching at SP Waltrip. I couldn't tell you if Wall Street football is any good anymore. I don't know. But just the fact that Mr. Cryer will be coaching at my high school, I think is just a cool bit of news. That's all. I'm not going to get into, we can talk about it real quickly if you want, about the latest shiny object by the person in charge putting out the Washington NFL Commanders. If they don't change the name back to the racist name, he won't approve the move back to DC. Okay. I mean, they don't have to go to DC. They have other options, sir. And I thought it's kind of like a government overreach. That wasn't what your folks believed in. But anyway, I'm not get into all that. Don't get me started because I'll get myself in trouble here on Folks Talking Sports. And he even said something about the Cleveland baseball team changing the name back. Shiny object. Look over here while I'm getting raked over the coals by folks over the other side. But anyway, that's what he's doing. Anyhow, Will, have the Browns started practice yet?
No. Rookies reported Friday. And a postscript to something I said last week. Second round pick Quinshon Judkins did not report. Was asked by the team not to report. He's dealing with some legal issues. Alleged delayed battery charge in Florida. Allegedly punched a young lady. Reportedly after seeing some text messages on her phone. So he was asked not to report, and he hasn't. Rest of the rookies did report. Veterans report on Wednesday. First practice is Thursday.
And I think that'll be similar with the Texans. I think AD will be there this Wednesday or Thursday, start providing coverage on the AdMax Corner platforms, and he'll begin resuming his shows here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel, as well as on the AdMax Corner on YouTube and AdMax Corner on Instagram and Twitter and Threads and Facebook, all those things. Yes, sir.
Let me fix one thing. It was mutually agreed upon that he would not report. I gotta make sure I'm tight.
Yeah,
it was mutually agreed upon.
Yeah,
cover your bases.
Let's not get ourselves in trouble. Yeah. We don't want to get fired. You know.
So, needless to say, long and short of it, Quinshon Judkins did not report to training camp on Friday with the rest of the rookies.
All right, Miss Wanda, if you don't mind, if you're still watching the show, give a score update on the Forever Coogs. They're playing. Who are they playing? Something Fire, something like that. In the round of 32 on FS2. I've already given them more pub than I should because they're not paying me to promote the tournament, the game, or anything, the network. So that's a rarity. More and more, you don't pay me. I'm not going to. Why am I plugging you? Here on Folks Talking Sports, Miss Pulliams.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to share in closing?
No, but I want to ask, do you anticipate anything newsworthy coming out of Big Ten Media Days this week?
Oh yeah, in Vegas. I do. I do.
That's a tease.
Is it Houston going to be invited to join the conference?
No.
Why? I mean,
not?
I guess so. Vegas geographically centralized location.
Yeah. It makes it easier for we're hospitable here in the Big Ten. Makes it easier for our new members to.
I mean, Big 12 experimented with that last year, but then they went back to Dallas this week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So yeah, Vegas is this week for the Big Ten. So we'll see.
Will you be there, sir?
No, not this year. I will not be there.
So that's not the news to share? That's not the teaser?
No, that's not it. No, That's when I will not be
Just,
there.
you're just saying stay tuned.
Just stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. Obviously, it does over practice on July 31st, however, here in Columbus. But yeah, we'll be tuned in to see what happens in the Big 18 this week.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all believe that talking about the midnight hour to reach agreements, do y'all believe that the future CFPs will expand to 16 or stay at 12?
Oh, it's expanding to 16. It's just what model is it, 5+11, or is it? It's going to 16. Absolutely.
You're certain of that?
I am.
Who's going to blink?
We'll see.
Is that your news, sir?
I don't know. I just know that I believe they'll be at 16.
Kennetra?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna. I don't know how soon, but
26. I would say 2026.
Why do you say that, sir?
It makes too much financial sense. It boils down. You follow the money. I mean, it's additional revenue. It's additional revenue. Point blank. Period. There's no other way to dress it up. Say it. It's additional revenue.
But what are you in favor of? The 5+11? Earning it on the field?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I understand why Tony Bettini and Greg Sankey have the view that they have, but yes, it's you still have to earn it on the field, and they would even still say, well, yeah, you still are earning it on the field. It's just the slots are guaranteed, but it's the 5+11. The conference champs, and then the next best 11 that season. That's the key right there. That season, not previous seasons. Yep.
Not based on history, historical record, and all that crap.
Awards. Nope. That season. So if you're off that year, see you next year.
Yeah. And that does happen in the SEC, people. And that is a thing. You can't have down years. It's okay. That does happen.
Yep.
Brother Gibson.
Yes, sir.
Let me get it ready for you here. The world is yours, sir.
Sir. Appreciate the opportunity as always. You can find me, as the Carl states, there on Twitter at Will Gibson7, on Facebook at Will Knows, as well as IG and Threads Will Knows Sports.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Pulliams?
Nothing's changed.
and okay, I'm gonna do this. It's rare that I put myself on a big screen by myself like this on the show.
So okay.
There you go. Just put it out there. IG and Threads, folks talking sports on Instagram and Threads. Help those platforms grow, and they are growing. Thank you very much. And just do that. IG and Threads, folks talking sports. And that will do it. As I get back, I'm figuring out this stuff on the fly now. I'm learning this new toy. This took me a while. I'm not as quick as I used to be. So, but everyone, to Queen Wanda Polk.
With a halftime score, thank you.
Oh, yes, let me put that up there. Thank you.
Okay, 48-31.
Herbert Coogs, 48-31. So I will go. I might look at it. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I guess. Well, yeah, because I want to see who's playing for the Forever Cougs, because some players I told weren't going to play, and then we'll see if they're there or not. And if they win tonight, I think their next game will be on the 22nd. That's all I know. That's the round of 16, and maybe my appeal for last year's result will be heard at some point before this year's title game takes place. And then we'll go from there. I'm going to continue doing this because the results were, even though it was determined on the court, I think it was still fake. So I'm going to continue pursuing this until I can't anymore. So for Willy Gibson, Kennetra Pulliams, Tony, Miss Wanda, everyone watching on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Thank you for watching episode 150 of Folks Talking Sports. Tune in this Thursday on the lunch break, where I hope to have, once again, Mr. Alvin Franklin, part of the University of Houston Athletics Department. Give some updates, talk to him. That'll be high noon on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel and, of course, on Roku via the BS3 network. Everyone, thank you again. Enjoy your week. Rocket fans, I'd like to give you an exact date of when the Kevin Durant press conference is going to take place, but I don't know. So when it does take place, there will for sure be a Let's Talk Houston Rockets show the night of that press conference.
I mean, the Texans do have an off day of training camp on the 27th.
Next Sunday.
You know, could be. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. Maybe we'll get AD on Talking Football next Sunday as well. Are you guys good for next Sunday?
Yep.
All right. Excellent. Thank you for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge and your insight and your opinions. And as always, everyone, since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Y'all take care. Peace.